Kazakhstan and Germany has expressed interest to strengthen economic cooperation. The countries have agreed to develop a roadmap for the implementation of several joint projects. The announcement was made in Berlin at the 12th meeting of the Intergovernmental Working Group on Trade and Economic Cooperation. Representatives of Kazakhstan and Germany paid special attention to the most promising areas of the cooperation. The areas include agriculture, the industry, renewable energy, logistics, tourism, digital transformation, education, and the energy conservation.
Немецкая сторона заинтересована продолжить проект, который ведет институт Fraunhofer.
Germany is interested in continuing the project implemented by the Fraunhofer Institute. This institute and Kazakhstan's Industry Development Institute have done a lot of work on Industry 4.0. Out of 50 projects, 7 draft projects have been selected, which are still at the final stage. Furthermore, we would like to continue work with the Fraunhofer Institute to implement the Digital Kazakhstan program.
Хотели бы продолжить работу в реализации программы «Цифровой Казахстан».
В Германии, вы знаете, что образование бесплатное.
As you might know, education is free in Germany. We would like to conclude an agreement with the German authorities. Today we discuss about the training of our students with the representatives of the two ministries of education. There is a new page in the relations between the two countries. Therefore, this can reach a qualitatively new level. As a result, we would like to prepare a large comprehensive document called the Roadmap of Cooperation between the two countries.
Дорожная карта сотрудничества между двумя государствами.
Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are enhancing cooperation in various sectors, which ranges from economy to culture. The trade turnover between the countries last year has increased by 50% and totaled $3 billion. The two countries are planning to increase the trade value to $5 billion. As part of Kazakhstan President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's visit to Uzbekistan, the two countries signed a number of agreements in various industries, including logistics. Kazakhstan provides Uzbekistan with the opportunity to access the large markets of China and Russia.
Узбекистан прорабатывает вопрос открытия коридора Узбекистан-Туркменистан.
Uzbekistan is currently working on the opening of the Uzbekistan-Turkmenistan-Iran-Qatar transport corridor with the end destination in the ports of the Persian Gulf. This development is very interesting for Kazakhstan as well. Therefore, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are bound to enhance integration and cooperation in order to implement large infrastructural projects.
Кооперацию в осуществлении каких-то крупных инфраструктурных проектов. Ну и, естественно, на очень тесные связи.
Tajikistan and Russia are actively developing cooperation in the education sector. Dushanbe hosted the 8th International Education Fair of Russian universities recently. 49 Russian universities and educational institutions took part in this year's exhibition. The event showcases various university programs and conditions of study. There were also extended information on the admission procedures and documents necessary for students applying from Tajikistan. We currently have 15,000 students studying in our university. 800 of them are international students from 62 countries. We have 50 students specifically from Tajikistan. They were recruited based on quotas and contracts. They went through similar application procedures as the Russian students. We offer more than 200 educational programs of different courses from undergraduate to postgraduate. Everyone can find what they want to pursue. 70% of the students who requested information from us last year are currently studying at our university. The exhibition organizers noted that they aim to form a single educational site for the Commonwealth of Independent States. The move will contribute to the competitiveness of young specialists in the global labor market. Kazakhstan focuses on the strategic objective of enhancing the agricultural industry. The sector is set to become a key development factor for the economic growth. Innovative developments such as the latest technologies, state-of-the-art projects and advanced practices help increase the yield and improve the quality of agricultural crops. Kazakh scientists are constantly working on new developments. Crop breeders in North Kazakhstan region produced a new wheat variety called Semyonovna. The staff of the test facility submitted the first results of the meticulous work to the State Commission. We believe that our variety will be in high demand. The advantages of the wheat include drought resistance, early ripening, and high quality. Olga Semyonovna Gas was actively involved in the new variety production. This is why we named the variety after her.
Поедем на сорт участок, посмотрим, а я еще подойду, если будет хорошо выглядеть, скажу, это уже я Семеновна.
The variety was named after Olga Gas, a professional crop breeder. She has been working in the sector for about 50 years and is aware of the need to produce new varieties.
Чем чаще будет,
the more varieties we produce, the faster they will be created and introduced. Selection breeders apply biotechnologies to accelerate the selection process and artificial growth chambers to yield 2 to 3 generations of plants per year. Scientists in Taldykorgan also presented the new developments. The researchers invented and constructed mobile artificial sheep insemination units. The units are provided with laboratory equipment which allows to perform tests in the field. Production of the test sample cost 3 million tenge. The staff of the Kazakh Livestock Breeding Institute also created a mobile sheep sharing unit. These developments will allow increasing productivity. Another advantage is that it is cost-effective for the farmers. Third, we will have is wool. We should organize the sheep sharing process. We produce 38,000 tons of wool in average, and 28,000 of them turn out to be ineligible because we don't have sheep sharing units. The agrarians can simultaneously share 12 sheep in the mobile unit and store up to 3 tons of wool. The scientists are set to visit livestock farms and test their developments there. Kazakhstan and Turkey reach a new phase in their cooperation. The countries are set to exchange experience and implement joint projects in the health sector. Experts believe that an important part of the partnership between the two countries is the development of a world-class healthcare system. In particular, the countries are planning to enhance cooperation in fields such as training of high-quality medical professionals, production of pharmaceutical products and equipment, as well as development of medical tourism. The parties are also focused to enhance the primary healthcare and implementation of compulsory health insurance. The parties also identified cooperation aspects as part of the public and private partnership, including construction of modern hospitals. Kazakhstan is a favorable country for projects realized between the state and the private sector. As part of a public-private partnership, we have built hospitals in Turkey. After completion of the project, we plan to build medical facilities and invest in your country. Our proposals are different because along with the construction, we invest in the training of medical and administrative personnel. Tourism is one of the priority areas in Kazakhstan's economy. Today, there is a burgeoning interest in the country among foreign travelers. Last year, the number of tourists reached 8.5 million, which is 10% higher comparing to the figure of the previous year. There are different types of tourism products, such as business and educational tourism, gastronomic and pilgrimage tourism, ethnographic and sports tourism, as well as medical and beach tourism. New rail and air services are launched for the convenience of travelers. There are additional flights to the Alakol Lake from the Almaty region. It takes only 50 minutes to fly. It is very comfortable and very convenient in the plane. It takes 4 hours by road since the Almaty-Oskimen road is under construction. A new unique route to the historical Turkestan city is opened in order to attract tourists to one of the oldest cities in Kazakhstan and Central Asia region. The Pearl of the Great Steppe can now be reached via camel caravan. The journey starts from the ancient Shavgar city, which used to be the center of Turkestan region between the 8th and 10th centuries. In the future, an open-air museum will be opened. This is still a pilot project. We want to find out how long it takes to travel by camel from Yassi to Turkestan city. We want to calculate. Then we will place an order through travel agencies or other organizations and increase the number of camels. More than 1.2 million tourists visited Turkestan last year. Experts say that the state program of the tourism development will attract more travelers to the region. In addition to the Khoja Ahmed Yasawi Mausoleum, the tourists are interested in history of ancient cities such as Sauran, Otrar, Sidak, and Kultobye, which were located along the Great Silk Road. With the acquisition of a new status, Turkestan is blooming with hundreds of thousands of tulips and trees that are planted in the city. A full-fledged green belt is being created around the spiritual capital. Flowers serve as decorations in our city. The city has turned yellow-red. Now the street at the entrance to Turkestan is fully decorated with tulips. Tourism should be one of the biggest contributing sectors to the economy of Kazakhstan. The share of tourism in GDP should reach 8% by 2025, and the number of tourists should exceed 15 million every year. Women's hats, which are decorated with precious gemstones, as well as long dresses, velvet camisoles, and many other valuable exhibits, are showcased at the History of People in Kazakh National Dresses exhibition at the local history museum in Attarau. There are displays of 60 masterpieces of unique sewing craftsmanship of the 19th to 20th centuries. Visitors of the exhibition can view the fashion from the past centuries while learning the interesting facts of the lifestyle and traditions of the Kazakh people. Special attention is paid to the wedding dresses of Kazakh girls. The dresses represent the status of the bride's family based on its style and elegance. The most expensive headpiece is called saukele. The headpiece, saukele, is the central part of a bride's wedding dress. It is cone-shaped, decorated with gold and silver coins, as well as gemstones and feathers. The camisole is embroidered with large Kazakh patterns, and the hemline is embroidered with small floral patterns that symbolize the growth and prosperity of the family. A woman's headwear is also an indicator of her marital status. During hot summer, a married woman wears skull caps, while married women cover their heads with plain white cloth. Following the birth of their first child, the women start wearing the same headpiece until their old age. The detailing of the headpiece changes depending on age and region. The exhibition also features clothing that once belonged to prominent female figures, such as the copy of Khan Shah Fatima's camisole and saukele. Khan Shah Fatima was the wife of Jahangir Khan, who was the last Khan of the Bokeh horde. In 1826, Fatima and Jahangir were invited to the coronation of Emperor Nicholas I. National clothing is a symbol for people which must be carefully preserved and passed down to future generations. Traditional costumes are considered as the guardian of the ancient customs of nomads. Clothing occupies a worthy place in ethnographic museums around the world, and it attracts attention at world exhibitions. In order to popularize the Kazakh culture, the museum plans to organize mobile exhibitions. Turkestan hosted a presentation of an animated film about world-famous scientist Al-Farabi, which is dedicated to the second anniversary of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program. The 25-minute film presents the philosopher's childhood, his desire for education, as well as his achievements and contributions to the history of mankind. Since his childhood, Al-Farabi wanted to be useful for his country. With his education and knowledge, he helped to find solutions using the insights of chemistry. I think our hero will inspire children to pursue science as well as to be patriots of their country. We expect that children will like the movie. The animated film is created using 3D computer graphics. Children will learn that Abu Nasir Al-Farabi was born in the Oksiz town on the territory of modern Otarar district. The film director says that patriotism and love for knowledge will be instilled in the younger generation through the film. I like the animated film very much. Abu Nasir saved his people. When I grow up, I also want to be smart. Several animated films were shown in the region last year in order to popularize the historical and cultural heritage. The films convey stories of Kaji Mukan, protector of Otarar, and the Kazigur holy area, a 10-episode TV project about the history of a musical instrument Jetigen, and a documentary about the ancient cities along the Great Silk Road have been filmed. In the near future, the premieres of 2 animated films, Turkistan and Tolebi, will be presented. The history of mankind exists since 200,000 years ago, opined Kazakh scientist, Turkologist, and writer Koyshigara Salgarauli. The researcher provides credible evidence to prove his theory. Currently, mankind is estimated to have originated 10,000 years ago. Based on this concept, the first 5,000 years were based on written sources, and the other 5,000 was the result of archaeological excavations. The Kazakh scientist believes that the origin of humankind should be studied thoroughly, as he devoted his later studies to the topic. The DNA test has proved that human exists 200,000 years ago. However, the history of the world dates back to only 10,000 years ago. We need to learn about the history of the remaining 190,000 years. The history of the world can be studied from spoken sources, myth, legends, fairy tales, proverbs, and epic poems. If we study the sources in detail, we will be able to share the knowledge with the future generations.
Koyshigaraның үлкен бір жетістігі ғылымның соңғы жаңалықтарын, ғылымның тапқан кейіп.
Professor Salgarauli achieved success in his studies as he examined the latest developments of the topic in a wide variety of disciplines, including archaeology, social sciences, and humanities. He analyzed world history in terms of the origin of Turkic people and their involvement in the world. He put so much effort to investigate the multiple aspects of this topic and continues his research works. Koyshigara Salgarauli research works were presented in the Kazakh capital to mark the professor's 80th birth anniversary. The works include the scientific view on genealogy and other studies which reveal important facts related to the history of humankind. According to the scientists, Professor Salgarauli's works contribute to the development of modern Turkology. Astana opera ballet dancers are preparing to perform at a grand event on the stage of the State Kremlin Palace in Moscow. The Kazakh Ballet Company will present a one-act performance of Scheherazade at one of the most prestigious concert halls in Russia. The performance will take place as part of the Václav Nijinsky Genius of the Russian Ballet Gala concert.
Спектакль очень сложный по пониманию, то есть это такая шедевр.
The performance and the production is very complex, given that the ballet was created by Fokin and performed by Nijinsky. We will do our best to maintain the style and harmonize it with the incredible music by Rimsky-Korsakov. We will bring our decorations to Moscow. The performance involves pantomime and Middle Eastern dance moves, as well as music that perfectly matches the ballet.
Восточная пластика присутствует. И прочитывается вся эта история, и удивительная подобрана музыка.
Scheherazade is the legendary story about love, treachery, beauty, and envy. The captivating fairy tale will feature Astana Opera's best dancers. The main parts will be performed by Anastasia Zaklinskaya and Bakhtiar Adamjan.
Я танцую золотого раба. Эта партия для меня.
I danced the part of the golden slave in this production. This part is special to me. My character is an absolutely normal person, but he is not free. He's like a golden toy in this harem and was held in a cage. He is a slave but doesn't perform the dirty labor and wears precious stones. This play is performed in Moscow, as well as many European cities and other large theaters, and it is still ongoing in the Mariinsky Theater. However, I believe that our company performs this play on another level. We involve absolutely different dance moves, including different hand movements and lower plies. Brilliant performances of Astana Opera Ballet Company were well received in many countries. The gala concert dedicated to the 130th birth anniversary of the great ballet dancer and choreographer Václav Nijinsky will feature performances by the Kazakh artists as well as the world's biggest ballet dancers such as principal dancer of the Royal Ballet in London Vadim Muntagirov and Daria Klimentova.